KLEK LP Jonesboro, the voice of Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council. It's now time for Community Conversations, a program focusing on the people working to make the Jonesboro community a better place, while offering viewpoints from all sides of the issues. The views expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of KLEK 102.5 FM, the voice of Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council, or our underwriters or sponsors.
Good morning, everyone. It is Thursday, December the 1st. How are you doing today, Jonesboro and surrounding areas? I'm your host for today, Quabila Harden. I am so happy to be back. I want to send a shout out to Mr. Cato Wonder, who held it down for me while I was out. I am feeling better, and I'm so happy to be back. I can't tell you how happy. Anyways, my special guest for today is Mr. Michael Jackson. Yes. Sorry, not the musician, but he is just as special. And we're going to have a really great conversation today talking about his organization called Diego Ranch Incorporated. Okay, but first I want to give you a quick announcement. Today is the Black Business Expo. The theme is Diversity Works. This is held at the Hilton Garden Inn at 2840 South Caraway Road. Ballroom setup is at 8:30, but doors open at 10, and it'll be going to 6 o'clock. And this is sponsored by the Black Business Association. Everyone is welcome, so please go out and support them. There is a fee. You can find their information on Facebook. So I'll be giving this announcement a little bit later on in the show. All right, so without further ado, good morning, Mr. Michael.
How are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Well, thank you for having me.
I saw a lot of information on Facebook about you, and I reached out, and we had a wonderful conversation. So I'm excited for you to tell everyone else about the services that you offer. But before we get into that, please give everyone a little bit of your background, where you're from, how did you get here, and then go into, we'll go into the need a little later. But I want to know about you.
Oh my gosh, there's a ton about me. I've lived here. I've lived in Jonesboro, Arkansas since 1984.
Okay.
Moved here from Houston, Texas. Born in South Carolina, but I've been involved with horses practically all my life.
Okay.
Gave it up for a little bit and got back into it. But I've got a uncle that was a big Grand National roper back in the 70s, and I think just horses is in my blood.
All right, I'm sorry we have a phone call. I'm sorry. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Hey, this is Kelly. This is Cato. I'm at the Hilton Garden Inn setting up. I didn't mean to interrupt the show, but you announced that there is a fee. The fee is only if you want to register as a vendor. It is free to the public to attend. So then, just want to make sure you had the correct information out there. If you just want to come look, see what businesses and organizations have something out here, then it's no charge for the public. The fee only applies if you want to be a vendor. But I'm not here live. I'm setting up the music. I will be broadcasting live all the way up until 6 o'clock, so come see me. All right, I'm going to go ahead and let you all go get back to the show. Have a great day listening.
Thank you for the correction. Okay, I apologize for that. There is no fee to the public, only for vendors for the Black Business Expo. Okay, Mr. Michael, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Anyway, I've just been around horses all my life and just really enjoy it, and it brings a calming and a peace, it's, I can relax out there around the horses, it's just different when you get around them,
Okay. I haven't been around, I guess, horses. Like I told you a little bit earlier, we had a pony growing up, but she was not very friendly, so didn't get to really spend a lot of up close and personal time with her. So I would love to come out and see your horses one day.
Yeah, luckily we have a miniature donkey out there, and luckily she's not like the rest of the ponies. I don't know why they seem like they're so upset and angry all the time. But they are. I always have parents tell me they're going to get a pony for Christmas or whatever, and I say you don't need a pony, you need a horse. They're a whole lot nicer and not so mean. Ponies bite and kick and everything else.
Oh my goodness. So can you explain, like, since you brought that up, what's maybe some differences between ponies and horses, like And I know there's so many breeds of horses, so we won't get into all of that, but kind of differentiate pony versus horse.
Well, basically, it's just a height difference in it. You know, and you got different breeds of ponies and different. You got ponies that look just like horses do, and then you got a pony that's more chubbier and short, little bitty legs and stuff. But it's basically height. I think the requirement is like at 13, 2 hands or something has to be below that to be qualified as a pony. But there's so many different breeds of different horses too.
I can imagine. Okay, so let's get into, you said you've been around horses all of your life, basically. You took a little bit of break, and horse riding and roping and things of that nature runs, I guess, in your family. So how did you get into wanting to start this business?
Well, you know, I used to be involved in Jonesboro JCs a long time ago. I was in it for 17 years. And I was in Boy Scouts before that. So charity's been kind of involved in my entire life since I've been growing up. And one of the things in JCs I did was one of my first projects was Special Olympics basketball skills.
Oh, okay.
And so we got to teach kids that had disabilities how to play basketball. And I'm the worst person at basketball, by the way.
Can't be worse than me.
I do better dribbling on my face than I do a ball. But anyway, it was just amazing seeing the kids' faces and seeing them light up on something that you take for granted in your own life. You know what you are able to do. My girlfriend and I, we ride out at Craighead Forest Park a lot.
Okay.
And when we go out there, we barely get any time to ride because all the kids just run up.
Oh, wow.
And they want to pet the horse and touch them and hug on them and everything else and want to sit on them.
Okay.
And just seeing that, seeing how the kids react and how they love it, and my background with being involved in charities and stuff, we just want to really combine our love.
And so why not do something you love, combine it with something that will give back to the community,
right,
and make it a big thing? That is wonderful. Thank you for putting yourself out there and allowing others to share your love for horses and get to know the horses a lot more.
And it's not just for disabilities, and I don't even really look at it as a disability, but you know, there's so many other things out there. You know, people who stress out in their life with work or whatever it is, just life in general. It helps with that. It helps, you know, stress and different emotions, and somebody who has got ADD or even dyslexia and stuff, it helps with that.
Okay.
It calms people down, slows them down. They start not thinking about themselves, and they think about that horse. So it kind of moves them forward and helps them.
Alrighty. You're tuned into Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5, and we're speaking with Mr. Michael Jackson of the Diego Ranch Incorporated. And so we hadn't gotten into the types of services that you offer. There is a lot of information about you on Facebook, and do you also have your own website?
We're working on a website right now. We have just our Facebook page.
So go check out their Facebook page. It says DIEGO, Diego Ranch Incorporated, and you can learn more about the services they offer, which we're going to get into now. As Mr. Michael was talking, they offer therapeutic type services. Any age is welcome. Any disability is welcome, because, you know, we see dogs that are allowed to go, that are trained to go into, say, nursing homes or hospitals that are used for therapy animals. And so you're offering therapy through horses. I know. Okay, first of all, do people ever get intimidated by the size of the animal?
A lot of people do.
Okay.
It's hard for me to categorize somebody and say, well, you know, this person's always going to get scared of horses or this one's not. But it's because it's kind of funny, because you'll see a little girl, really young, come up to a horse and just grab onto him, you know, and then you'll see a little boy over there that's just scared to death of him, you know. So you don't know what it is, but it's just great seeing everybody smile and get to them.
Wow. And so let's talk about the services you do offer currently.
It's pretty much we offer for everybody.
Okay.
I mean, our place is for everybody to come out and enjoy themselves and have a great time, and a family environment and that. And but we work with the disabilities like we've been talking about. Right now, I've got some students with dyslexia, ADD, one in a wheelchair. So there's several different things. Autism is one of our biggest. We got several kids with autism that come out there, and it's just amazing the things that it's done for them already.
So the ones that have some physical limitations, say the one in the wheelchair, how are they able to interact with the horses?
Well, they ride.
Really?
Yeah, several of them ride. We just had one of our big fundraisers in the Sears parking lot a week ago, and one of my friends brought his daughter out there that's disabled.
Okay.
And we put her on the horse, and seeing her up there, she just looked like any other rider, and just had this great huge smile on her face. And in fact, she sends me Facebook messages, and she's like, "I'm ready to ride again."
Goodness.
And she's completely paralyzed from the waist down and doesn't have really that good a use of her hands, and but she loves it.
So do you have special equipment for people like that? Maybe some support for their torso, like something that helps to support them while they're on the horse so they're not slumping.
Yeah, we're working on all that, and that's what our funds and stuff, raising the money for, is helping with therapeutic saddles, special saddles for the kids to be able to be in.
All right, so if someone wanted to make a donation to your organization, would it be tax deductible?
Yes, we are a nonprofit.
Okay, so the Diego Ranch is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. So if you would like to learn how to donate, contact Mr. Michael through Facebook, and I'll also have some information at the end of the show on how you can reach Mr. Michael. And they have different levels that tells you if you give this amount, this is what it goes towards.
Right.
So, okay. Now let's talk about, you said that all ages are welcome. Let's talk about a few of your clients, without giving away their personal information, some young, some older, some of the experiences, like some things you've seen from beginning to middle to end of the service or treatment with them.
Well, one of my little girls, she's absolutely amazing girl. She has dyslexia and ADHD.
Okay.
And we go out there and I give her, or during her lessons, I give her parts of the horse that she has to remember for the next week, or parts of the saddle she has to remember for the next week, and she's doing great with that. And these are hard parts. They're not easy words for even an adult to even remember. I have a hard time sometimes.
Well, can you give us an example?
The pommel on a saddle, the cantle on the saddle, so fletlock on the horse, withers, pommel, the pole. So there's a lot of stuff it's just not saddle in a back,
Okay, you just spoke a foreign language to me, like I've never heard those.
But she, when I first met her, she wouldn't look at me in the face, and she would barely talk, and her head is down, and she did that to everybody that was around there. And we had her through the several weeks and months of working with her. We had her on KIT sitting on a horse with Dinah Davis, and Dinah Davis is doing an interview with us. And this little girl's sitting on the horse, and she's speaking to a camera into Dinah Davis with a mic in her, face, and it's just great. Our grandmother even says now that when people talk, or when she talks to people, she looks at them in the face now, and it's just she was, I guess, scared, down on her, just.
So her confidence has definitely been boosted.
Right, her self-confidence has gone up big time.
That is wonderful. What are some other things that people can do, say for those who are just absolutely scared to ride? What are some other ways they can interact with the horses?
Oh, they come out there and they can brush the horses. In fact, we've had a couple times we've brought the horses over to my house, and we have a full day of washing the horses, and all the kids are out there just having an absolute blast playing in the water and washing the horses and shampooing them up. In fact, they ask me that all the time. They're like, when can we wash the horses again? When can we wash them? So, too bad it's getting cold now, but they have a blast with it.
All right, you're listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM, and we're speaking with Mr. Michael Jackson of Diego Ranch Incorporated. We are discussing the types of services that he offers, or his organization, he and his staff offers at the ranch. If you are interested or just have a love or a general like for horses, please consider going out to see him and just kind of get to know the horses. So can we talk about some of the horses that you already have, the types of breeds? I have no clue about. I am dummies 101. Like, please educate me on horses.
Well, I actually have two horses that probably 90% of the horse world people don't even know what they are.
Okay.
I've got two Rocky Mountain horses, and they're out of Kentucky, and they were actually just taken off the endangered species list maybe a year ago. They're very rare. There's only like 15,000 in the United States.
Oh my goodness.
And I have two, and they call them the puppy dog of the horse world. They're just very laid back, calm, want to be your best friend, just like a dog is to you. And
go ahead.
But we have two of those. We also my girlfriend has a Pasofino, and it's a Spanish bred horse.
Okay.
And if you've never seen a Pasofino, if you've seen horses walk, you need to get on internet and or YouTube and check out Pasofinos, because they've got the funniest, coolest little walk that they do. It looks like they're running in place basically, and they're not getting anywhere. But hers will move out about 20 mile an hour walking.
Okay.
And you can sit and take a glass of water and hold it in your hand at 20 mile an hour and never can spill a drop. They're very, very smooth horses.
Okay.
But most of our horses that we have out there are what they call gaited.
Okay.
And they're basically a fast walking horse.
Okay.
And then we have two quarter horses out there, and they're more of your Western type that you use on the ranch and around cattle, or they have them in barrel events and roping events and stuff like that.
Okay, so the different breeds perform different services.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Which one do you like to ride the most?
My favorite thing is trail riding. I like to go out and enjoy myself and just have a good time and relax. I'm not big into competitions and that. I did a little bit in the beginning, but it just wasn't my thing. I would rather help people. Help people do better on their horse at the events and cook for people that I did want to be in the events myself.
Okay.
But the trail riding is just really relaxing for me, and that's what I enjoy. And if you're going to trail ride, you need a gaited horse. They're smooth and you can cover some ground. Okay.
So do you have any other events coming up? You said you had the big fundraiser. How did the fundraiser go for you?
Oh, it was amazing. We probably had, for our first one, I couldn't ask for anything better.
Okay.
And everybody that came out and helped us with it did an amazing job too. I mean, it was wonderful. But we probably had over 600 kids come out and ride the horses. We gave out hot dogs. Everything was free to the public.
Okay.
We were in the Sears parking lot.
Okay.
And Sears was great to us. We had Sonic donated to us, and several other places around. And but it was great. We had a good time.
So do you possibly have any other events coming up where people can come out to the ranch?
Oh, they can. I don't have any events coming up right now because it's wintertime basically. But and one of the big things that we're trying to raise funds for is we're putting in our money for building a facility, but the biggest part of our stuff is equipment, like we were talking about, safety equipment, helmets, vests, and saddles for the kids. But that's the wintertime weather kind of hurts us. Yeah. For the kids to be out in the elements and that.
Well, if with the parents' consent, would you allow a child to ride if they're bundled up?
Oh yeah, I mean, anybody, if they want to come out and brave the cold weather, I'll be out there right with them. Actually, wintertime is my favorite time to even ride a horse. But it seems like some of the kids come out there and their hands are freezing. You know, they're cold as can be, but they'll be sitting on that horse and enjoying it. You know, they won't complain at all. But any time throughout the year they can call me and come out and ride and enjoy the horse, or come out and pet them, or whatever it is that they want to do. Come out and just look at them. So I know one lady comes out. She never goes inside the fence. She stands on the other side of the fence because she's scared of them, but she loves watching them. You know, so.
Alrighty, you get to listen to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. We're going to get ready to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about more of the ranch's mission statement and, you know, why they feel that this is important service to the community. So don't go away. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. We'll be right back.
Should you stay or should you go? I'm Mark Merrill with today's Family Minute. So, you're unhappy in your marriage. You're trying hard to make it work, but your spouse is making no effort to make things better. The question creeps into your mind. Should I stay or should I go? Well, before you make a life-altering decision, here are some things you need to consider. First, have you identified the real issue? Sort through the haze of conflict in your marriage and try to pinpoint the underlying problem and bring it to light. Second, consider all the options. Serious marriage counseling may be a starting point. Third, visualize the outcome of each option. For example, trying counseling just might have a better result than throwing in the towel. Remember, your family first.
Family Minute is made possible by the Kappa Nu Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, a nonprofit organization committed to service to all mankind. Kappa Nu Omega Alpha Kappa Alpha on Facebook.
Support for KLEK is brought to you by
Tax Time is here at Car Today, the original buy here, pay here dealer. New Car Today General Manager Sean Corns.
With new inventory available daily, whatever you're looking for, we've got it.
Located on Stadium Boulevard just south of the 63 bypass, Tax Time is the time to drive at Car Today. Car Today.
From the KLEK Community Calendar, A-State Care presents After School Tutoring in the Community. Available Tuesdays and Thursdays from 3 o'clock p.m. until 5 o'clock p.m. through December 6, 2016. Subjects that will be taught will be language arts, writing, reading comprehension, mathematics, science, geography, social studies, and history. The address is 911 Magnolia Road in Jonesboro, Arkansas.
KLEK is starting a new fundraiser which will allow listeners to donate to KLEK while buying groceries. KLEK is a part of the Kroger Community Rewards fundraising program. When shoppers visit a participating Kroger and scan his or her Kroger Plus Shoppers card, a portion of the savings goes back to KLEK to help keep it on the air. Details on how to sign up for the program are available at KrogerCommunityRewards.com and at KLEKFM.org. This is a KLEK fundraiser.
And now back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM.
All right, welcome back to Community Conversations. I hope I don't bust out laughing when we were having a funny conversation off air, but okay, we're back with Mr. Michael Jackson from Diego Ranch Incorporated, and we're going to talk a little bit more about their facility, their services, and their mission, and why this service is really important to the community, and you know why you should consider investing. I want to read a little bit from his brochure under the title Invest in Our Community. Our vision is to bring a brand new magical space to Jonesboro and surrounding communities, a place called Diego Ranch. Like every great story, this magical place has heroes, a group of beautiful, loving horses. Horses have long been thought to have special powers. These well-trained and vibrant creatures will bring joy to all those involved. Michael and his family are longtime riders and trainers who long to create a unique space open to the community, a place where everyone is welcome to come and play, learn and train, and even heal. Okay, so you mentioned training. So do you also offer riding lessons?
Right. Yes, we do. We give we work up. My girlfriend, she's got more of the English side of it. She grew up riding horses all of her life too.
Okay.
So she's got more of the English side of it that she teaches classes, the English riding. I like the trail ride, so mine's more on the gated side of it, and Western. But yeah, anybody's more than welcome to come out and want to take lessons. We even do some trail rides. I did for her birthday the other day. Girl was turning 18 years old, and her mom said, well, you can have any one of your friends come out and ride with you. And she said, I want you to come out and ride with me, Mom. So that was really cool, special on her birthday to be able to do that. So we offer some trail rides too. It kind of depends on your capabilities, but on where we go and how long and stuff. But yeah, we give lessons to people. And we teach you the right way to ride a horse. Most people think you just sit on the horse and you pull them to the right and you pull them to the left, and you used to tell them stop.
Okay.
And there's so much more to it,
Okay. And so there's a lot of different language also. I'm sure there's different words the horses recognize. So let's start with the horses. At what age, I guess, do you start training the horses to be ready to work with people?
Well, I will start them from birth. Start handling them and everything. But up to about 2.5 years old is when we start getting on their back and riding them.
So, about at that age, about how tall are they? Are they at your hip waist or hip or waist level? They're at 2 years old. They're already a pretty good sized horse. Okay.
Actually, when they're born, their legs don't grow. Their legs are about the same height as they're going to be at 5-6 years old.
Okay.
At birth.
Oh wow.
So it's only probably just a couple inches that they'll grow, but they're basically going to stay. Their legs are going to stay the same size as their body that gets bigger.
Okay.
So it's kind of neat seeing a horse that's born and seeing those big old long legs. Looks like a giraffe, kind of thing.
That's why they have such a hard time standing.
Yeah, exactly.
And are all wobbly. So, about how long does it take them once they're born to really get their legs?
Oh, they can be running that same day that they're born. Within it depends on the horse or whatever, but with a little colt.
Okay.
But it can be minutes to hours, and they're up and running around, kicking and playing.
Oh wow! So I know we're going all kind of sideways on this, but I'm sorry. Do they feed off their mom, or do they eat hay or whatever else you feed?
No, they feed off their mom.
Okay. So even when children or anyone comes out for your services, do they also get to interact with the colts?
I'm sorry?
With the babies, with the colts.
I don't have any out there right now. We've just got 5 horses and a little miniature donkey.
Okay.
And oh my gosh, she's just absolutely adorable. Like I was saying earlier, she's just an absolute sweetheart.
Okay.
She doesn't bite you. She don't nip at you. She just comes up and stands like a shadow.
Okay.
She don't even touch you. And she just stands there and she just wants to be petted.
So she kind of acts like one of the dogs.
Yeah. Well, they all act like dogs out there.
Oh my goodness.
And it's funny how every horse they're just like people are. They get sick just like we do. They have attitudes like we do. They're sweet like we are, But you can look at several of them in the face, and you can actually see what they're thinking.
Okay.
By just looking at them in the face. They got so much expression in their face because that's actually their face is what they use to control other horses. They use their body language, their face, kind of like we do to be able to speak. That's how they do it.
Okay, you're making me want to come out more and more. I would probably brave the cold just to come out and see these beautiful horses. Okay, so another part of your statement says, horseback riding is a proven therapeutic technique for children with a variety of physical, emotional, and mental disabilities. How does therapeutic riding help? Physically, the gentle and rhythmic motion of a horse's gait increases the rider's muscle strength, while also improving coordination, balance, and flexibility. So we have talked about the one young lady you have that has the dyslexia and ADHD. So let's talk about some that you've encountered with some physical, I don't want to say disabilities, some physical issues.
Right. I don't even look. I say disabilities, but I don't even look at it as a disability. We look at it as trying to get around that part of it and make what they do have in themselves better.
Yes.
You know. But I have several kids that are autistic.
Okay.
And there's one out there that he's nonverbal. He can't talk or anything.
Okay.
And but he picks up words that we say, like horse. You know, there's things that he's verbally able to say now just because of being out there.
That is wonderful.
Yeah. I've several of my kids. They're so smart. I mean, one boy I had out there for the first day. He was out there for probably 20 minutes, and I told him all the names of the horses. And the next week he came out and he ran across the pasture and he just started naming them all off.
Wow.
There's times I get them mixed up on their names, but he pointed each one of them out and said their names, and that just amazed me. You know how well his mind works.
I think, and this is another topic for another show, but a lot of people have a lot of misunderstandings about autism and what it entails, and I would love to do a show on that one day, because those children are not slow by any means. They just think and function a little differently than what society says is normal.
I think they think better than I do.
I know. I will be happy to see one day when we can get away from these labels and stigmas and just, labeling people as disabled or this or that, and just looking at their abilities. They may be limited on some of their abilities, but they're not disabled.
Right.
So I would love to see one day us shedding off those labels and stigmas.
I'm limited myself in a lot of things. I had problems in school with certain things, and I couldn't see very well for one, and I think being around these horses and stuff is enabled me to focus better and relax better, and just like with these kids, is making them be able to focus better, and it's helping in their school. I mean, I had their parents tell me how well they're doing in school now just because of doing lessons and that.
That is wonderful. You're tuned into Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. We're speaking with Michael Jackson of the Ego Ranch Incorporated. We're discussing the services offered at the ranch and talking all about horses. So one thing I want to ask on the therapeutic side, and I wonder if this may fall under rehabilitation category. Say for people who are going through, who are trying to battle drug addictions or some type of addiction, do you think that interacting with the horses could help them? There's all types of rehab services available to them, things they have to do according to a case plan, but do you feel that, okay, let's switch around, let's get outside of a facility, let's go outside and interact with something else, become responsible for something else living besides yourself? Do you think that it could possibly help people like that?
Oh, most definitely. I mean, one thing with the horses, you got to really focus around them, and you got to pay attention.
Okay.
So I think it takes you out of your comfort zone for one, in the beginning. But being in tune with the animal and focusing on that animal and the other things around you and your environment, I think it just kind of all that other stuff that you need in life, that you get from, I guess, basically drugs or whatever. I think it pushes that stuff to the side and it opens you up to more things and enjoying yourself and being able to relax.
Okay. I know we don't have any type of facility, any type of rehab facilities like that in Jonesboro, but if, somewhere down the line, would you be open to allowing patients or individuals to come out?
Oh yeah, that's one of our big goals with this facility. I mean, we want it to be there for everyone, and help out the community. And yeah, we're something that we're going to look at in the future is be able to take care of something like that.
Alrighty. Well, I definitely, anytime you post something or share something, I try to tag Malia Cook. Anyone who knows Malia, she is the 4-H director over at the co-op, Cricket County Co-op, and she is a horse love. Well, she's an animal lover, period. And they do a lot of that with the 4-H club. But she is in love with her horses. She's always posting pictures. So hopefully one day you all can make a connection. And
she does a great job with that 4-H, that's for sure.
And hopefully, so she can bring some of her kids over and they can interact with your horses. Or if anyone out there is listening that knows Malia, put a little bug in her ear. And I'm definitely going to reach out to her more. So hopefully you all can make that connection.
We need to go on a trail ride sometime.
Okay. Now, I know this may be a little off, but let's talk about the health aspect, physical health aspect of riding horses or interacting with horses. Could it possibly help someone? I hate to say weight loss, but I don't know.
It's very physical,
Okay.
I don't know the statistics on calories you burn and stuff like that, but your abs, I know for one thing. I mean, a lot of people get off there and their legs are sore and their abs are sore. If you ride proper, like you should, I also hear people say, "Oh, my butt's sore, my knees are sore," stuff like that. It's because they're riding improper.
Okay.
But if you do it the right way, I mean, it's a physical exercise for you.
Okay.
You don't think it while you're riding because you're enjoying yourself and having a good time, or some people are nervous or whatever, but it is even underneath this little belly I got some abs.
All right. There's some muscles in there somewhere.
There's something in there.
So do you think it maybe at some point, even let's just take the elderly, since they're always looking for new ways to stay active and physical, if they were to come out as a group, interact with the horses, not necessarily ride, I mean, this could be something for them, the brushing,
right?
It works their upper body.
Brushing them, walking them around, putting saddles on or whatever it is, even if they're not riding or whatever, doing round pen work with them, or just hanging out. Yeah, I mean, they're still going to get some kind of physical activity. My mom comes out there, and she's 7. I better not say her age. She's very young.
Okay.
But she comes out there, and I she probably doesn't know this, but I like her coming out there because it gives her physical exercise.
Okay.
She comes out and just feeding. Getting her walking around and filling water in the troughs and putting out food and stuff and moving the horses around for me. She's getting a ton of exercise out of it than she would sitting at home watching soap operas.
Okay. So, if you're out there listening, you want to do something different, step outside of your box, and you love animals, consider going out to the Diego Ranch. Now, do you also have volunteer opportunities?
We will in the future,
Okay.
and there is some events that come up that I do need volunteers for,
Okay.
but it's kind of hit and miss on some things. I've had schools call me down in Valley View. I went to Valley View School. They have kids down there that are, from bad homes or have some kind of a problem or something like that.
Okay.
That I met with. I think they had like 15 or 20 kids out there, and I brought 2 horses out and we ponied them around, and they just had a blast. So things like that, yeah, I'm always going. If I only had 2 horses because it was me and I had a friend with me. Yeah, if I needed more horses out there, I always need somebody to come out and help.
Okay, so I don't know about you all, but my wheels are just spinning. There's so many opportunities available to interact with the horses. I know some people, okay, I'm going to back this up. Everybody doesn't like horses, or some people may just have a fear because they don't know much about horses.
They think they're going to eat them.
But if you take the opportunity to go out and talk to Mr. Michael at the Diego Ranch, I'm sure he can find a horse that would suit your personality. With the horses you already have, I'm sure they all have different personalities. Do you have some that are just really laid back, and do you have any that are just really, really playful?
Yeah, playful, goofy, laid back. I've got one that falls asleep all the time. I mean, he'd just be standing there and he's asleep, and then you get ready to go and he takes off and he's at 20 mile an hour walking, you know. But yeah, the personalities is it's one of the big things I enjoy about the horses. They all personality, but my horses, they're trying a good time. We've been to Krispy Kreme Donuts several times and got donuts to the drive-through. I've been to several banks, which the banks, they carry dog biscuits, but they don't carry horse treats. I don't understand that.
Okay,
but
so we need to fix that.
I know.
There are a lot of horse people around town, so come on, y'all.
The big barbecue festival that they had downtown on Main Street, I was out there with my horse all day long. When they had the concert and stuff. I was out there on a horse, and I probably had several hundreds of kids, even at one time, just swarming the horse and petting them. They were running underneath them and around them and everything else, and he's just so laid back. I mean, they're all laid back and really good horses.
Okay. So let's talk about how powerful they are and how strong they are. I noticed a lot of horses stand for a long time. Mm-hmm. Horses, were they originally bred to work as work animals, or?
Well, yeah, I mean, people used them on the farms, plow fields, to go to church, they were basically for work, work and pleasure too. Okay,
so they're bred to endure quite a bit. Do your horses ever, for people who can't get on the horse, do they pull like a buggy cart or some type of trailer or something?
I don't have any of mine that will pull anything. The little miniature donkey I used to have, she used to be able to pull a cart. I just don't have a cart, or I'd work with them on it. I'd love to get both my Rockies on pulling a cart.
Okay. So
one day in the future.
All right. You listen to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. We're speaking with Mr. Michael Jackson of the Diego Ranch Incorporated. And if anyone out there has any supplies they would like to donate specifically for the horses or, towards the facility, please contact him. I'm sure he would be willing to tell you exactly what he needs and, what he can take. So please, if you are a horse lover or just, I don't know, you're not real fond of them, you're scared, but you still care about horses in a little way.
You can always buy them carrots and bring out and feed them carrots. They love carrots. I got one horse that loves cinnamon twists.
Cinnamon twists?
Yeah, he'll even eat a cheeseburger.
Oh my goodness. Okay, we gotta change the horse's diet. No more cheeseburger.
You look at him and he does need his diet changed. He's got a big old belly on him.
Oh my goodness.
Anything that looks like food, he's gonna eat it. He'll knock you over for a cinnamon twist or a carrot stick.
No, you say cinnamon twist like from Taco Bell?
Like Taco Bell, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he loves those things.
Well, if he wants some real cinnamon, he need to get turned on to some real churros, some real authentic churros.
Yeah, those are good too. I don't know if he'd get any because I'd be eating them.
Oh my goodness. Oh wow. So we have been talking all about your services you offer, the physical aspect, when it comes to your therapeutic services, the physical and the mental aspect.
The one part on the physical, I mean, it helps give you better posture.
Oh, okay.
It works on your back muscles, your arms, your legs, everything. Okay. So and that was one thing when we were talking about riding, and most people think you sit on that horse and you pull them left or you pull them right. There's actually so much more into it. Okay. Your body really controls that horse, your whole entire body. It's your legs, your head, where you turn your shoulders. Everything controls that horse, and they feel every bit of that on their body.
All right, so we're going to get ready to take a quick break. Oh, sorry. We're going to get ready to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with Mr. Michael Jackson of Diego Ranch. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere.
You're listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. We'll be right back.
We're back with Money Matters. I'm Alfred Edmond Jr. Our Think Wealthy quote of the week comes from financial educator Manuel Akinfe, founder of the Money Movement, about how the disclosures on your credit card statement can provide a much-needed reality check.
The one that stands out to me that's the most beneficial is on your credit card statement, they have to show you how long it will take for you to pay off your balance if you continue to make the minimum payment. Now, if people are looking at that, we're not sure, but it's really important for disclosure purposes because some people don't realize paying the minimum payment will have you paying that credit card for a long time.
It'll also make you think twice about adding to the balance unless it's really necessary. Carrying credit card balances and paying interest for years on purchases of depreciating value never makes sense. Get more great money advice from moneymovement.org. I'm Alfred Edmond Jr. for Money Matters, a product of American Urban Radio Networks.
Money Matters is made possible by the Jonesboro Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, a nonprofit organization dedicated to uncompromising commitment to communities, service, leadership, empowerment. www.jonesboroalumnidst.org.
Starks Auto Plaza, your pre-owned superstore, is a longtime supporter of KLEK, 2829 Red Wolf Boulevard. Starks offers clean, reliable vehicles of all makes and models. Starks also offers no-hassle pricing, friendly service, financing options with approved credit. At Starks, you're always family, and our motto is, we never say no. 870-203-9980. StarksAutoPlaza.com.
Experience the joy with Bishop Adrian R. Rogers of Fullness of Joy Church, 3307 Race Street, Jonesboro, Arkansas, 72401.
Do you like the music you hear on KLEK 102.5 FM? Do you like the educational programming that we provide? Do you like the service we provide to the community? Do you like having a station to finally call your own that represents you? If so, please stop by or call any of our underwriters or sponsors that you hear on KLEK and tell them thank you for their support. The support of our underwriters and sponsors is vital for us to stay on the air. So be sure to let them know that you thank them for their support.
And now back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM.
All right, welcome back to the last portion of the show. I can't thank Mr. Michael enough for joining us in the studio, sharing all this information about the Diego Ranch. I am truly enjoying learning about horses. Like I said, I knew nothing about horses, their breeds, their type. No, I know nothing.
I could have rode one of my horses in here if you let me.
Oh my goodness. Now that would have been a sight. We once had one of the police dogs in here, so why not bring a horse?
Yeah.
Do you think it would have stayed calm and...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Probably would have played with your Christmas tree, especially with the peppermint sticks on it.
We would have had... Oh, Lord. We would have had to answer to the station manager. He would have freaked out about that.
Why is there missing peppermint sticks? Candy canes are gone.
Oh, my goodness. Well, maybe one day we'll have to get you back and bring one of the smaller... Well, can't bring the pony if they're going to be mean. Well, maybe the donkey or something.
Yeah, we'll bring a little miniature donkey in.
Okay, so let's talk about how people can reach you and the different levels they can donate, the different levels of donations and what it goes towards.
Well...
Okay, I'll let you... Sorry.
They can go to our Facebook page on Diego Ranch Incorporated. Is one thing, and on that site there's a donation button that they could go on to.
Okay.
And but people can call me, and we have several people call and want to mail in a donation and stuff. But
I'm sorry, we have a phone call. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, if you had knocked over that tree, I would have been too happy about that.
That's the station manager, y'all. Mr. Cato wanted to check him in. Yes, he's very...
He would have knocked it over. He's just taking a couple candy canes.
Maybe we could have brought one of the ponies or whatnot.
Well, we have to work that out when the weather gets a little warmer.
Lloyd, I'm not going to take up too much of your time. I just want to kind of give a quick update. We are at the Hilton Garden Inn setting up for the Black Business Association, Black Business Expo. We've already got several vendors out here already. We're going to open up the doors at 10 o'clock. So once again, everyone out there listening, come out. I will be broadcasting live from the Hilton Garden Inn Black Business Expo all day long up until 6 o'clock. So come check me out and come check out some of the fellow businesses that are supporting. I'm going to go ahead and throw it back to the studio. This is KLEK.
Thank you. Alrighty, so yeah.
Don't mess with his tree.
Don't mess with the tree. We have to wait till after Christmas. Alright, so go tell the listeners and viewers out there how they can make donations and what it goes towards.
Yeah, any gift is welcome. I mean, from $5, 10 to 20, whatever, it all helps out. Right now it's winter time, so we're feeding horses and we're feeding them a whole lot more because during the summer they're all on pasture and I don't have to worry about hay and that. And now hay's we've got enough hay to take us through the winter, but it's always a big part of our money there, feeding the horses and the oats that we feed.
Okay.
But we have for $100 to say what things go for, but $100 gift would help us feed therapy horses for 1 week.
Oh wow.
A $500 gift would help purchase educational tools, and so on. There's different stages, and anybody that has a business or whatever wants to make like a corporate donation, there's things that we will help out with the corporate part of it. Like we'll put you on our website, we'll put you on our Facebook page, we'll up to a certain amount we'll put you on our t-shirts and other things, and there's even where we'll give your employees discounts to come out and come out and ride at the facility or take lessons. So there's different things that will help people out, and that's we're a community-based facility. We want to help the community out just as much as they're helping us out.
Alrighty, so it's Christmas time and the Christmas season is upon us, and everyone wants to find some way to give back to the community. So this is one thing to put on your list. If you have children that love horses, or you love horses, someone that loves horses, put this on your list as an opportunity, as a possibility to make a donation to. I know the donations will be very welcome. The horses will love having the extra food and maybe some special snacks. Or just go out and visit the facility. Please tell everybody where you are located.
Oh, right now we are over in Bono area on West Side School.
Okay.
If you know who Joey Glove Photography is, we're right behind his studio.
Okay. So go out to Bono. Everyone is welcome, all ages. Even though we talked about, the therapeutic services for people with disabilities, you don't have to have anything wrong with you at all. Like, just go out, see the horses, interact with the horses. Please go out and check out I'm so sorry. Please go out and check out the Diego Ranch. I feel like I'm getting tongue-tied.
Yeah, and even if you want to, do like a $25 donation and come out and ride for an hour.
Okay.
Because we charge $25 an hour for lessons or to come out and ride. So if you want to make that donation but still come out and ride, there's a win-win there for you.
Or if you would like to sponsor someone, a riding session. And so please consider putting Diego Ranch on your list during this Christmas holiday and beyond, and go out and see what they're all about. So Mr. Mike, I can't thank you enough for stopping by.
Well, we appreciate you having me out here.
And for those of you out there and listening, today is the Black Business Expo from 10 to 6, free to the public. Tomorrow is the City of Jonesboro's Volunteer Appreciation Gala, and it's at ASU, and it starts at 6 p.m. So consider going out to that as well. So do you have any final comments? We have like 30 seconds, Mr. Michael.
Oh, well, I'm just floored that you had me out here. It's awesome to be with you and on your radio station. I've had a great time.
But thank you, and I hope this won't be our last visit.
No, it won't. Well, we got to bring the ponies or horses in here too. So
either we're going to work out a live remote from the ranch, or we're going to bring a pony or something in the studio.
Save some of these candy canes for them. Okay. They love peppermints.
Oh my my goodness. So you have been listening to Community Conversation on KLEK 102.5 FM. I have been your host for the day, Fabiola Harden. So happy to be back. And I will see you tomorrow when we have the men of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated and members of the graduate chapter here to talk about their Founders Day. Have a very blessed day and stay warm.
Thank you for listening to Community Conversations on KLEK